Sardine versus mackerel versus salmon. Which fish is the most popular in Japan? That's something I'm going to talk about today, so stick around. Hi, my name is Hachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of the Ikigai Diet and Ikigai Biohacking. Now, have you watched any of the Shogun episodes? So now episode 1 to episode 4 are available. Yeah, I've watched all of them. And then did you watch episode 4? Natto, fermented soybeans appeared in the story. Yeah, I was so excited. Yeah, so there was a scene, the Blackthorn is the main character, the Englishman. Yeah, and Mariko is his translator. Yeah, so there's a scene when they are having dinner or something, and then Mariko says, "Oh, maybe you don't want this dish," and then Blackthorn says, "What is that?" "Oh, maybe you don't like it or something," and then but he insists that he wants to try, and then he end up eating it, and that was natto. Yeah, I think it was the first time in the series the actual name of the dish was mentioned. I'm sure there was some other like scene where he ate some food, or I don't remember. But anyway, it was the first time that the name of the food was given, and natto, yeah, became kind of in the spotlight. Yeah. So yeah, I was so excited because now people will wonder what natto is. So by the way, if you don't know what natto is, please subscribe to this channel and watch this channel because I have tons of videos about natto. I've got videos about natto's health benefit, natto's recipes, and different kind of thing. Yeah. And in fact, if you didn't know about natto, you are missing something very important. Yeah. If you are into health and biohacking, you cannot afford not knowing natto. Yeah. Please incorporate natto into your diet today. Right. Um, anyway, so today I'll talk about fish. So 2 videos ago, I shared with you about fish in the Japanese diet. It is called the power of fish in the Japanese diet. Yeah, health benefit you need to know, right? So I talked about fish, how fish is wonderful for our health and everything. Yeah, right. In the video, I said that blue skin fish such as sardine and mackerel became number 2 in the top 10 healthiest foods selected by 300 Japanese doctors. Yeah. So the blue skin fish came in second. By the way, do you know what food came in first? Natto. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about fish today then. Therefore, sardines and mackerels are very popular now. Yeah. So when we talk about fish in Japan, both sardine and mackerel are in the spotlight. Yeah. Also, we have salmon, which is not a blue-skinned fish, but salmon has been popular in the Japanese diet for a long time, and we eat salmon all the time. It is a popular breakfast dish. So I think some videos ago I shared with you the breakfast Nori Gohan, recipes, right? And then one like salmon with Nori Gohan is one of the recipes. So yeah, we often eat salmon for breakfast, but we often eat salmon for dinner as well. So salmon is very popular. Yeah. And then another popular fish is Samma Pacific Sauri. Yeah, this is another blue-skinned fish, and it's popular. But Pacific Sauri is a seasonal fish. It is usually only available in autumn, not throughout the year. Plus, probably it is not common in other countries. Yeah. So, however, sardine, mackerel, salmon are pretty much available anywhere in most part of the world. So I want to talk about those 3 fish today. Also, we have canned fish in Japan that is very popular, and often we have canned sardine, canned mackerel, and canned sardine and canned salmon. Those are very popular canned food, right? All right. So let's compare sardine, mackerel, and salmon then. Which fish is the most popular in Japan? And also, I will share with you which fish I think is the best. Yeah, it could be different from the most popular fish in Japan. Yeah, right. So let's look at the differences, among the three fish. Yeah, let's look at the protein content per 100 gram. Yeah, sardine contains 19.2 grams, and mackerel 20.6 grams, and salmon 22.3 grams. Now, so it changes depending on the type of, salmon, type of mackerel, and so on. So also, depending on the site, sometimes they give you different data. So this isn't, always correct. Yeah, but I think based on this, salmon contain the most. Yeah, and the second one is mackerel. But pretty much the same, basically, not so, different. And then omega-3, yeah, sardine contains 568 milligrams of DHA and 690 milligrams of EPA. Mackerel, 1069 milligrams of DHA and then 728 milligrams of EPA. And salmon, 820 milligrams of DHA and then 492 milligrams of EPA. So I think mackerel seems to probably contain the most, right? Okay. But again, this number changes depending on the site. So in fact, it was very difficult to get hold of correct data because each time the information I get is different. Yeah, I don't know why, how people put out a different sort of number. Yeah, but I don't know. Okay, and then so calcium, right? So I didn't even bother looking up the calcium data because I couldn't find it easily. Plus, again, each time it's different. But there's one thing you want to put into consideration that how you eat the fish changes, whether you eat the bone as well or not, because the bone contains the most part of the calcium. Yeah. So if you look at the fish, which that you can eat the bone as well, then the sardine is the one. Yeah. Unless you make a canned food. Yeah. When you make a canned food, then you kind of break everything and then the bone becomes soft, so you can eat the bones as well. But if you're grilling the fish, and then I think the sardine is the only fish that you can eat the bone as well. Yeah. Other two fishes are kind of too big to eat the bones, right? Um, and also from the point of view of Ichibutsu Zentai Shoku, which is a concept in Shogun diet, uh, it is good to choose a small fish so that you can eat as a whole fish. Yeah. So for a sardine, you can eat the whole fish, and a mackerel, yeah, sometimes you can eat the whole fish, but often you cut the fish into half, and then you just eat only half of it. Yeah. And salmon is usually you cut, a part of the fish. Nobody eats the entire salmon. It's too big to eat, right? So for that point of view, sardine is the best. Yeah. And also, when you talk about the contamination of the heavy metals such as mercury, yeah, the bigger fish contains more because they eat smaller fish. Yeah. Now, mackerel often, depending on the region, in Japan, usually mackerels are considered to be safe fish in terms of the mercury content, but some part of the world, mackerel is considered to contain high amount of mercury. So you need to check about it in your region. But and Alaskan salmon is also considered to be quite safe too. Yeah. But anyway, sardine is the smallest. So usually it is safest in that point of view. Yeah. And then salmon has another advantage that it contains a nutrient called astaxanthin. Yeah, astaxanthin is a kind of nutrient that can activate autophagy. there are several nutrients that can activate autophagy, such as spermidine in natto, but also astaxanthin is another one, and it is in kind of a seafood which becomes red, such as salmon or shrimp. So, which fish is the most popular in Japan then? Yeah. Now, all of them are popular. In fact, nobody eats only one type of fish. So, we eat all kind of fish, and then I think sardine, mackerel, salmon are all eaten in Japan regularly. Yeah. But if you ask me which one is the most popular, especially now in the kind of a health trend, which fish has the most spotlight as a healthy fish, and that is mackerel. Yeah, especially canned mackerel. Yeah, canned mackerel is very popular in Japan now. It is called sabakan. Saba means mackerel, kan means can, can. Yeah, so sabakan is very popular. When you go to a supermarket, there is a section of sabakan, and they are so often sold out. Yeah, so in fact, it's kind of funny because now canned sardine and canned salmon are becoming popular too, because quite often, canned mackerels are sold out. So, consumers have to look for alternatives, and then the canned sardines and canned salmon are becoming the alternative. Yes. But yeah, anyway, so that shows the canned mackerel is the most popular, right? Okay, so which fish do I think is the best? Right. Okay, so I think sardine is the best. Yeah, the fact that it is the smallest. So from the point of view of Ichibutsu Zentai Shoku, you can eat the fish as a whole. That means you can include the bones. Yeah. Well, when you make it to canned food, it changes because you break the fish and then bone becomes soft and you can eat the bone as well. But I don't usually recommend canned fish so much. I prefer like fresh fish, and then grill it. It is much better. So from that point of view, sardine is the only fish that you can eat bone as well. Yeah. So for the calcium point of view, it is good. And for the contamination of heavy metal, point of view, sardine is the safest. Right. Okay. So in the next video, I'll share with you a popular Japanese recipe for cooking sardine. Okay. So for more detail about Ichibutsu Zentai Shoku, please read my book, The Ikigai Diet, The Secret Japanese Diet to Health and Longevity. Now, the book contains some other useful information about the natural Japanese dietary culture, such as Rago wa Yasashi, Ichiju Sansai, Shindo Fuji, and Hare and Care. Okay, thank you for watching. Again, my name is Hachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of the Ikigai Diet and Ikigai Biohacking. If you like this video, please give me your thumb up and subscribe to my channel. And please leave your comment. Yeah, which fish do you like the best? And what kind of fish is the most popular in your country? Thank you. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Live with your Ikigai!